Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.
The Country Doctor Museum in the Nash County town of Bailey is hosting a special event this weekend. On November 12th, Civil War medical reenactors will show us how medicine was practiced on the battlefield. But that's only one part of what would make an excellent day trip to the museum. Kelly McCullen visits the Country Doctor Museum.
For over 4 decades, the Country Doctor Museum has allowed us to make a house call to Bailey, North Carolina in Nash County. The museum is just off Highway 264, and the museum team is ready to take you on an old-time medical journey.
We're very close to Wilson and Raleigh. We're just outside of Wilson and only a short drive, about 45 minutes or so from Raleigh. And a lot of people notice that it's a nice day trip, and sometimes they pair it with other local attractions.
It really takes just about an hour, sometimes just a little bit more to come in. Tours start on the hour, and you'll normally be out if you want to look at the gift shop or a couple other things. It might take you an hour and a half or so, but that's about all you need to set aside.
The museum sits on a multi-acre campus. It fills 2 buildings covering several generations and preserving what country doctors meant to North Carolina.
You're probably traveling 12, 14, 15 decades of time when you walk through the museum.
We show you everything from pill making to bloodletting to amputations to horse and carriages to old automobiles that the doctors would have used to get around.
The Country Doctor Museum offers guided tours only, but the guides move at your pace. It's just fine to slow things down and ask dozens of questions, but if you're a fast-paced person, that's all right as well with these on-site history buffs.
You can just kind of sit back and listen to your docent and ask questions. Feel free to do that. It's a very laid-back experience, and so we try to have an open dialogue with our visitors.
Our senior groups love the tour because they can reminisce about their doctors from when they were younger, and I think our younger visitors really enjoy seeing how things used to be, comparing it to what they know about their family doctor today.
Now that we are in an era of urgent care medical centers and health insurance, the Country Doctor Museum really makes you pause and consider that these doctors who once made house calls at all hours never knew what the next call would bring.
They could be called day or night from their home to come and, you can imagine waiting to deliver a baby and, spending the night at the patient's home, seeing if a fever will break. And it's hard to imagine that in today's time.
The museum's exhibits teach us modern world folk that we should be really thankful for recent medical advances. I mean, seeing some of the medical tools on display and then learning how they were used, it will make you thankful, especially these medicines.
A lot of people are interested in the bloodletting as well as how amputations were done. Really fascinates people. Plus the fact that pills were not mass produced, and we actually show them how the doctors and the pharmacists at the time made the pills. And that's something totally different that people aren't aware of today.
So break out your map and mark Bailey, North Carolina on it. Your next day trip could be to eastern North Carolina for a travel back in time. Head to the doctor's office in Bailey, but have a great time doing it.
You do have to make an effort to come out. It's just, kind of tucked away in Bailey. But I think there's a lot of things you would be surprised to see. It's like stepping back in time a little bit and realizing what your parents, your grandparents, kind of what they had to go through when they got sick and needed someone to call.
I'm Kelly McCullen for North Carolina Weekend.
The Country Doctor Museum is located at 6642 Peel Road in Bailey, and that's in Nash County. The museum is open for hourly guided tours Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3. For more information, check out their website at countrydoctormuseum.org.
Podcasts on UNC-TV.org are made possible through the financial contributions of viewers like you, who invite you to join them in supporting UNC-TV.